Jahmai, obviously, a lot of people had a lot of praise for your defensive effort on Brandon Miller against Alabama the other night. What'd you see on film? What'd you like about your performance? What'd you not like about it?
I felt like I did a good job on him. He's a great player. Obviously, he's been doing well so far with league and non-conference games. But I just felt like he wasn't gonna have anybody that's had Tennessee defense before. So I was really confident going into the game that I was able to do some things to maybe throw him off or shut him down because I'm confident in my defensive abilities. I definitely feel like I gotta be able to stay in the game more, have more of an effect on offense, just so coach doesn't have a reason to take me out. Obviously you saw that, he was able to get a little bit more comfortable, trying to, without me guarding him. So I felt like if, I could have stayed in the game more, with my stamina, not getting as tired, it would have helped a lot.
Rick said in a video that the social team tweeted out that, and to you guys in the locker room after the game, that it was one of the best defensive efforts he's ever been a part of in his coaching career. Just what made it so great as a team effort.
I think it was our communication and, the leadership before the game. We all knew coming in how important this game was. We all knew, what was going to go into it, and we were excited for it. And, obviously during the past games, we didn't have a lot of, luck towards the end of the game. But we knew that it was all going to come, full circle, and we were going to able to get back to our ways. And coming in this game, we were extremely confident coming in. So, obviously with that confidence and the way we were built, we were ready to play. And you guys saw it. It was a great defensive performance when everybody was on the court. Whoever was guarding who, it was everybody putting out their heart and soul on the defensive end, and that's what makes Tennessee basketball great.
Jamal, considering that you had lost your last two games, why were you so confident going into the Alabama game?
We knew that, basketball is a game of runs, and we felt that, outside of the Vanderbilt game, we felt like the Mizzou game that we played actually really, really good defense and that they were just hitting tough shots. So we knew if we were going to just keep doing what we're doing, that we were going to come out with a win, and it was all going to show. So I think obviously practices as well and the preparation behind it. When you prepare, you always have confidence going into games, and we were definitely prepared for that game, and we're going to be prepared for the rest of the games we have this season. So I think that confidence isn't going to waver as much when you're going through stuff like that.
Did you ever think you would have a game in which you did not score, but you led the team in plus minus?
Um, it was never like a thought of me not being able to score. Obviously, I got to be able to put points on the board. That's definitely important. And obviously, I'm a critic to myself. I'm super hard on myself, so I got to be able to put points on the board to help my team offensively. It just, it's no excuse from that. But no, I definitely didn't think that, me not scoring the point and having the highest plus minus was gonna it will be possible. So just hearing that is kind of crazy. So it just goes to show how much how important defense is.
Go next to Mike and Tom Wood.
Yeah, Jahmai, how do you guys keep this going into Kentucky? Because the last time you had that Texas win, things kind of derailed the next game at Florida.
We stay confident. We stay confident and we stay composed. This is basketball, man. It's gonna go up and down. We're never just gonna have a perfect game all the time, and especially during these stretch of games that are gonna be really tough. We got to stay together and we got to stay confident. It's gonna be tough games through and through wherever we go, whoever we play, how good we play. It doesn't matter. These teams are good as well. So just staying composed, staying together, staying confident is what's going to lead us past these next few games. And I don't expect anything different if we just play our game and we do what we do.
Okay, so couple of questions for you. One, could you tell that you were frustrating Brandon Miller? And then two, look ahead to the SEC tournament. It's a lot of basketball still to be played, but you guys proved this is a wide open tournament this year, isn't it? That anybody can win, not just Alabama as a lot of people were maybe thinking?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, to answer your first question, as a defender, I always see whenever, somebody's body language isn't what they usually are. And that's when I, kind of have to go into them more. And that's just, that's the deeper part of basketball, especially as a defender, when you looking at somebody's body language and you can tell that it might not be as fun to be out there at that moment as it usually is. And that's when I feel like I have an advantage. And obviously seeing that, it was able to be I knew that I was able to have some effect on the game. So, it was great for me to see, that part for my team and just how much effort we put in to know that it was gonna, come to fruition. And to answer your second question, yeah, this is definitely wide open. Obviously, I feel like we're gonna win it all, and we're gonna come in with confidence. Like I've been saying this whole time, that's the biggest key is you got to play basketball with confidence. If you can't, then you can't win any games. So we knew that this Tennessee basketball team works harder than anybody else, and that we come in with a lot of intensity and obviously a lot of confidence. So I'm very very confident we're going to come in and do what we have to do, especially when it comes to the SEC tournament.
Finish up with Jimmy, Rick, and Casey.
Jahmai, you said you have to play basketball with confidence. Where are you confidence-wise with your offensive game?
I'm still extremely confident with my offensive game. I think it's just a matter of finding my options, finding my windows when I can go in offensively. And, like I said, I'm hard on myself already. So knowing that, I can never go scoreless in the game when I'm playing that many minutes. So trying to find my groove offensively is a little bit tougher, just with our rotations and guys getting injured and guys, coming back. My minutes have been going up and down, and just trying to find a balance with that. And it's a little bit tougher on me offensively. So just trying to find that balance and trying to, keep going regardless of who's playing and who's not. I think that's going to be a lot, extremely important. I think if my offensive game is where it needs to be and what I've been working this whole year to get it to, this team can be even better. So I feel like we play good against Alabama, but I think we can play even better when I'm actually, able to do something offensively.
And in the first matchup, Kentucky out-rebounded you by 20. How important is rebounding in this game?
Man, that's the main thing, really. Outside of defense and especially transition defense, I think that rebounding is the most important part of this game. Like you said, we got killed on the glass last game, and this is one of our main focuses going into this game, that we have to play tough. We have to be able to rebound. Obviously, they have a guy like Oscar who loves to rebound, is a great rebounder, but we got to figure it out. So I think coming into this game, we realize how important rebounding is. So I don't know if that's going to be as much of a problem this game when we're locked in on it.
Jahmai, Kentucky has been vulnerable, giving up points in the paint, and you guys had some success doing that in the first meeting. How important will that be going into Rupp this Saturday?
Oh, this is going to be extremely important. We have to continue to play confident, like I've been saying, and especially going into the paint, drawing fouls, finishing over defenses, dropping off to the big man. I think it's going to be extremely important going to the Rupp. So, last game we were able to do that. Even though we weren't able to come out with the win, we know that it had nothing to do with our intensity inside the paint. So if we keep that same intensity inside the paint, we fix our mistakes, on the defensive end and rebounding, I think we'll be able to come out with a win.
Jahmai, you play so hard on the court every time you're out there. And I know that coaches mentioned just how hard that you practice and you play in games. Where do you draw that motivation from?
Just from the love of basketball. Really, that's where it all stems from. I just know that I don't feel like anybody can play as hard as me, and I don't want anybody to play as hard as me. That's something that I have a chip on my shoulder. I want to be able to be locked in on all assets of the game, offensively, defensively, and energy-wise. When you have a guy like that, it's hard to find anybody else who can do that. So just knowing that this is something that not a lot of people are doing, it makes me want to do it even more. Knowing that it hypes up the crowd when we're at home, And even when we're away, I know it hypes up my teammates. So if that's what I have to do, that's what I got to do if we have to win. So I think it's extremely important to have that energy on the court and to be that spokesperson when it comes to that.
All right, Jahmai, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.